I'm in my new studio and I want to install a rack-mounted audio interface. So I've decided to go with the Focusrite Scarlett 18i20 4th gen. And the reason why I went with this is because I really like the 2i2 4th gen. And also this has all of the features that I was looking for. So I'm going to very quickly unbox this. We'll see what we get in here and then I'll get it connected and we'll hear how it sounds. All right, let's get this opened. Okay, start with this box over here. See what we got here. Looks like our rack mounting ears. The power cable is in here as well. The other rack mounting ear. And then your USB cable. Because this interface isn't bus powered, you do have to supply power to it through a power cable. And that's the same with all of these big audio interfaces. So let's get the interface out of here now. And that is it. So let's get this box out of the way and have a look at the interface itself. All right, so here is the top of the interface. And as you can see, it doesn't have the rack ears installed right away, so you don't have to use this as a rack-mounted audio interface. You can use it just sitting on your desk if you want, like that. There are some soft feet on the bottom, so it can sit nicely on a desk or wherever you might want to put it. You can put your monitor on there, your laptop on top, whatever it is you want to do. So let's start with the front of this interface, just to have a look here. So the 18i20 can have up to 26 inputs. So inputs 1 and 2 on the front, these can be used as microphone, instrument, or line inputs. And these are the only two that can be used as instrument inputs. Now, if we look at the back here, you'll notice that you also have inputs 1 and 2 on the back. So if you do have something always plugged into 1 and 2 on the back, but you just want to plug an instrument quickly on the front, you can do that because whenever you plug something in on the front, it overrides whatever's connected to the back. On board, you have 8 inputs here. The 2 on the front are the same as these 2, so it's not 10 onboard inputs, but these can all be used as mic inputs or line inputs. Also back here, you have 10 outputs. And what I like about 10 outputs, because a lot of interfaces like this, they'll have 8. With 10, you can have your 2 main output monitors connected and still have 8 outputs to match with your 8 inputs. That's if you want to connect external hardware, which is mainly what I want to do with this, connect external hardware, and you can have matched outputs. Also, you'll notice on the back here, we have our optical in and out. These are ADAT, and each one of these ADAT ins can give you another 8 inputs. So you can have up to 16 more inputs here and 16 more outputs using ADAT. Plus you have your SPDIF in out over here, which is another 2 inputs, 2 outputs. So 2, 16, and that would bring us to 18 plus your 8 is 26. Also on here, you have MIDI in and out connectors. And then over here, you connect your power. Under this will be your USB connection, but it's telling you to update your Scarlett to ensure full functionality. Again, we'll go back to the front. You have those inputs I talked about. When you press these buttons, you can use the controls here to control whatever input you want. You can switch what outputs you're using. So if you have a second set of monitors connected, which is what I really plan on doing with this, having 2 sets of monitors connected, you can quickly switch to your alternative ones right there. Or if you have something else connected to that, you can quickly switch to that, maybe a mixer or something. You can link connections for stereo. You can have your auto gain on, your sort of safe limiter there. And then there's 2 air modes for the mic inputs. And those can kind of give you a little bit of an analog flavor to your mic inputs. You have your 48 volt phantom power that you can turn on and off here. So if you want Phantom power to 1, you could press 1, 48 volt, and that will turn the phantom power on there. This is your main output. And then over here you have two headphone. Over here you have two headphone outputs, and each one has its own volume control. And then there's a switch for on and off here. And that's about it for features that I want to talk about without having it connected. I'm going to connect those rack ears to this and get it installed into my rack, and then we'll have a look when it's turned on. Now, to install the rack ears on here, we just remove this little rubber protection thing here, and then we can put the rack ear on there, and it comes with the screws to screw that in. So there's 3 per side. And then you would just do the same thing on the other side. I've got the Focusrite 18i20 4th gen connected in my rack here. It's connected to the computer, and this microphone is actually connected to it, so you're hearing what it sounds like right now. This is the Shure SM7b, which is basically the 7B, but it has a built-in mic preamp. However, I have that built-in mic preamp bypassed on here right now. So all of the gain is coming from the 18i20. There's no preamp in between, and there's still a lot more gain to go with this. So it's going to be great for your dynamics like this, or your ribbon microphones that require a lot of gain. It says it has 69 dB of gain for the microphone preamps, which is excellent. Now, I just want to talk about some more of the features on here that I really like. And one of those features is the ease of switching between 2 sets of speakers. So I have 2 sets of monitors connected here, and I can quickly switch between them. I'll just show you that right now. So all I have to do is press Alt, and then press it again. That's all you have to do to switch between speakers. It's a really nice feature. Now, another thing you can do if you wanted is you could have different mixes going to your different speakers. So maybe you have some monitors going to a drummer or a singer, something like that. You could have a separate mix going to them, and you can set that up in the Focusrite Control 2 software. It's very easy to do. And another thing about the Focusrite software is the app that you can use on your tablet or your phone. So I'm just going to quickly turn that on my tablet here, so we can control all of our inputs and outputs from the tablet or the app on your phone if you have it there, or of course on your computer with the app on there. What I really like about this is you can use the auto gain feature with that. So if you're a drummer and maybe you have all 8 microphones connected to this and you want to set your levels, but you can't do it while you're playing, you just select all of your channels, hit auto, and then start playing, and it's going to set the levels of all of those microphones for you. It's almost like having a recording engineer working alongside with you. We also have the 2 air modes on here, so I'll just quickly check those out. Here is air mode 1. This is what air mode 1 sounds like on the 18i20. And this is air mode 2. This one is supposed to add that presence and airiness, plus it's supposed to add some harmonic saturation as well. And of course we can turn it off. You have your 2 headphone outputs there, and they have their own separate controls. Plus, again, you can send separate mixes to each headphone if you want to do that. And another cool thing is these can be used in standalone mode. So maybe you just want to use it as mic preamps while you're on stage or on the go somewhere. You can just use it in standalone mode if you want, or you can use it in ADAT mode. So you can use it to expand and connect 2 18i20s together to expand them ridiculously. So before you had the Octopre, this one's the Octopre Dyne because it has dynamics on it. And this allows me to expand the ins and outs through ADAT. And I do have it connected. They connect very easily. But now all you have to do is get 2 of the 18i20s and you can connect them together through ADAT, which is really cool. And another thing I gotta say is the Focusrite Control 2 software is probably the easiest software that I've used for audio interfaces like this for setting up my external gear, which is why I have so many ins and outs. So you might be thinking you're a home studio musician, you just record one thing, maybe 2 things at a time. Why would you need so many ins and outs? Well, like I said, you might want to expand your studio a little bit and start adding some external gear. Maybe you have some inputs dedicated to different mic preamps, different compressors, EQs, whatever effect you want to connect. This gives you a lot of flexibility. The 4th gen Focusrite Scarlett series isn't messing around. Now, if you still think this is too much audio interface for you, have a look at the video on the screen where I check out the 4th gen Solo and the 4th gen 2i2. Both are excellent audio interfaces. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.